Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about making a video before I was doing the Boruto reviews, but to be honest, I've been waiting for this Jura Boruto fight for the absolute longest, especially when the cover is like this. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit is clean as fuck. Now, I will have another video after I upload this one, but I just couldn't really think of an idea to do it. So if you are tuned in to these Boruto reviews, go ahead and leave a comment and like it. And, you know what I'm saying, give me your thoughts about it. And then I might continue this series on as long as Boruto continues to drop consistently. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this review started, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been hyped for this shit.
Type of thing, man. You're gonna be psyched after you're done with it.
So the chapter starts off with Mitsuki telling this Sand Village NPC to grab that thorn bulb while he defeats the Claw Grimes. And before those two even commit any type of action, Jura spawns out of that Claw Grimes back. Now, knowing that the strongest man in the verse stands before you, I would give out the same reaction as Mitsuki. I might as well go ahead and write a letter right then and there. Tell my father, hey, I'm about to get packed up. You better make another clone of me while you're at it. Because why is this man so OD? This man is really about to run a gauntlet with the entire Boruto verse, and I promise you, he is clearing that shit all the way. Now, he stands there, right, looking at Sarada being unconscious before levitating in the air, not even caring about the characters that are below him, let alone the Thor bulb that is levitating in the air as well. Now, they stand there in confusion, wondering why you're not going to get the thorn bulb. Well, obviously, he only has one objective. This man is ready to fuck up Boruto. He was just wanting to see if Boruto was actually going to come out or not. And obviously, knowing how Boruto is as a character, it's a no-brainer that he was going to do that shit anyway, even if that means that he was going to die. Now, as we go to the bottom of the panel, we notice that we're going right back to Boruto and Konohamaru. And not gonna lie, all the injuries that he has on his body, my boy need a med kit. Go ahead and slap him up. But Konohamaru was surprised that Boruto cut Matsuri pretty easily, but even Boruto admitted himself that the only reason he did that so easily was because Matsuri was already weakened at that point. Which, not gonna lie, that's honestly kind of surprising coming from like the second strongest character in the series right now, not gonna lie. But we noticed that something is forming in the air between those two, and Boruto himself is well aware that it's Matsuri's thorn bulb. And before any of them decide to do any type of action, something leaves a massive dent on the floor, and he realized that this man Jura is trying to be a Call of Duty sniper. My man might as well just have the Locust or something. Not gonna lie, my boy might as well just become a phase member. This man trying to snipe you from deep. My boy trying to pull them shots from curry range. Like, I would not be surprised. And seeing that he did it the first time, shit, I believe him. I would not test his threat range. I ain't gonna hold you. Now, Jura realized that he missed badly, like the Timberwolves against OKC, as he proceeds to dip off, only for Mitsuki knowing for the fact that he's going after Konohamaru, since obviously they're near Matsuri's thorn bulb, but truthfully, he just wants to smoke Boruto. So even Boruto realizes this as he proceeds to throw shurikens right on some, convenient boulders. Now, Konohamaru stands there like, yeah, we're able to get Mogi back, right? Boruto does not care about Mogi, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. He is worried about the fact that the strongest man in the verse is ready to pack him up within 2 seconds. So he don't even bother to answer his question. This man just says, you better dip out now while you still can. And trust me, Boruto is giving you that warning before he hits there. Because the moment I see Jura, bro, if I was Konohamaru, bro, I would have been dipping. You ain't had to tell me twice. I promise you. Now that Konohamaru decides to turn around to see that the LeBron James of the Boruto verse is chasing him down, Boruto finally realized how ass his sensei is before grabbing him, right? As we currently see Jura trying to throw a little small tail beast bomb. Surely it's not going to do that much fucking damage. Yeah, I fucking lied. This nigga Jura is dead ass trying to murk these two. Now, obviously afterwards, Boruto throws his useless sensei as he finally realized that this is not pain. He will get packed up this time without a second chance. Decides to finally get the fuck out, only for Jura to just stare at him Realizing that, yeah, you're not really worth my time. I forgot who I came here for. Oh, right. Only for Boruto to fuck him up with a Rasengan. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been waiting for that shit, bro. Boruto needed, like, he's seen the perfect opportunity to ambush him when he got the chance. So once Boruto hits Jura with the Rasengan, Jura gets blasted away, right? And this man tried to do a whole leaf fadeaway with that mini beast bomb, right? As for Boruto to teleport away, avoiding the damage from that beast bomb that would have destroyed the entire Demon Slayer verse, right? Going to that shuriken that he threw right before the battle even started. Boruto was ready to cut this man up until Jura decides to hit him with the craziest fuck you attack I have ever seen. You know how disrespectful it is for you to throw a middle finger at Boruto's sword attacks? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That is, it's very disrespectful, but it's funny as shit at the same time. Now, once their clash ends, Jura is impressed by Boruto's flying Raijin technique, in which Boruto doesn't say anything about it. Before going to the next page of Ada and Kashin Koji having a conversation, she's pretty confident that Boruto could actually have a chance against Jura. While Kashin Koji just being a D1 hater, he's just like me for real. But he does say that Boruto has no chance of winning against Jura. See, the way how the flying Raijin technique works for Boruto, it gets harder the longer he's farther away from his chakra marked objects. And even if he decides to retreat, he's just going to put others in danger. So, in other words, Boruto doesn't really have an escape option. He's damned if he do, if he damned if he don't. Now, once Jura gave Boruto an obvious comment, his reasoning behind murking him in general is because that he knows too much information about the divine trees. Now, he questions Boruto what is a reliable source to get this said information as he remains silent. As Boruto kind of like mugs the fuck out of him. He realizes that he got to take some type of damage from that Rasengan, which I ain't gonna lie, Jura really just ate that shit for real. Like, he really just tanked that motherfucker. But in Boruto's mind, he believes that he needs to use the Uzuhiko in order to defeat Jura. Then Jura asks Boruto, what is love? He believing that is a concept of a fatal weakness to humans, or it could be a side effect to high intellectual individuals. Now, I kind of find it ironic Jura asking Boruto this, despite Jura calling him an Otsutsuki, but he's well aware that knowing well that Boruto can't win this fight whatsoever. Like, this man has a 99.99% chance of winning against Boruto. And yet Boruto still decides to do it anyway, just for the sake of the love of his friends. And even Jura saying that this place will be your death, as he calls explosions after explosions after explosions. Boruto fighting them off pretty well until Boruto just seeing that Jura is spawning branches out of nowhere, right? Which prevents Boruto from landing his feet on solid ground in order for him to use the Uzuhiko. And the rampage continues on until eventually it caught Boruto, which it forced him to, cough a little bit of ketchup while dropping his sword on the floor, in which Jura approaches to his sword, and Boruto, seeing that Jura grabs Sasuke's sword and says that if he does anything to it, he will meet a fate that is worse than death. Now, it's kind of funny considering the situation that Boruto was in, where in every possible outcome that Kashin Koji has predicted, that Boruto dies in every single outcome. So, I ain't gonna lie, bro, he definitely got the balls of Naruto. That is most definitely his son, because for you to have a 0% chance of winning a fight and you say this, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's simply him for real. Even when you look like you're getting your ass beat. Anywho, Jura asking Boruto where does he get this information about the divine trees, and he'll keep the sword alive, even though Boruto would die anyways. But fuck it, I guess that'd just be the weakness of love for him. And which Boruto even admits that love can be a fatal weakness to the humans, of course, only to say that is why that Jura will be nothing more than just trees, which I'm not sure if that's racist. Is that racist towards trees? Like, They got racist Boruto in the Big 25? I did not know that. No, as Boruto decides to swiftly teleport behind Jura, he finally lands a full Rasengan Uzahiko, blowing this man's back out. No diddy. Now, Jura finally gets blasted away from the impact of the Uzahiko. Boruto's glad that he successfully landed it. But here's the issue. Jura doesn't really crash into the ground or, get sent flying like Team Rocket. No, he regains his balance, stand on the ground, and proceeds to feel like he's not being phased at all. Now, not gonna lie, if I seen that and I was Boruto, I would be shaking in my boots right now. Cause even Boruto got a little bit cocky saying that you shouldn't even be able to withstand that type of pain. Even you just standing there should be painful it is. And Jura realized something. Now, when I say that Jura looks like he's not affected by the Uzahiko at all, I say this because it dead ass looked like he just nullifies that shit. And as we go to the next page, this nigga literally nullifies the Uzahiko. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked, but at the exact same time, I'm not surprised following the fact that the Uzahiko goes through the same properties as the tailed beast bomb. Hence why Jura was able to understand the power of the Uzahiko, hence he nullifies it. Now, seeing the shock on Boruto's face, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's my reaction right now. That shit doesn't work on him. I don't know what else Boruto has other than the karma seal, or maybe Momoshiki hibernating us. But we'll just gonna have to find out for the next chapter, bro, because I ain't gonna lie to you, Jura is that nigga right now. He is simply him. He's simply LeBron of the verse right now. Boruto had to get humbled real quick, but other than that, obviously, editing is going to be much better as time goes on. I'm just doing this as a pure test. And obviously, as time goes on with the Boruto reviews, my editing will get better. So, appreciate you for sticking around. And obviously, more videos will come up in the future. Hit our subscribe button, comment, the usual stuff. And I will see you next time. Another time I'll make a video. Peace.